there's going to be a brand new fan film Clock Tower film. I said film twice. But anyway, the most important news is, there's going to be a new Clock Tower film. And it's going to be made in the hands of the fans, which I think is appropriate because Hollywood, their idea of making a Clock Tower movie, which was abandoned, so was the IP, which belongs to Capcom. If there was a new game or film, that would be interesting. But we're focusing on this one. Was that it was going to be based on Ghost Head. And that's not a really good thing to go off of. When people think of Clock Tower, they think of the gothic atmosphere, they think of Scissorman, and they think of the story behind it. And they think of the B-moviness, and they think of the violence. Director Ruth Films. I've seen the trailer for the fan film today, and I think I do believe it's a real trailer. If it isn't, that's fine, but if it's going to be a big, giant, fan film release, then I'm definitely going to be there to watch it. If you're a fan of Clock Tower, you may dig it, because it'll probably be better than anything Hollywood would ever spit out with their 1,000 Conjurings and Insidiouses, which I like the originals, and I do like, no, I didn't like Annabelle. There's so many fucking Annabelle films now. I'm just waiting for one day they make Annabelle in fucking space. Annabelle in fucking space. And, cash grab, jump scares, but this one felt kind of subtle when I watched the trailer, and that was the first thing I liked. The characters, I think played well, especially the dude who played Professor Barton with the stone thing. And he's like, this needs to be researched. Go take this to Rick. Things like that. That makes me happy. And it's independent. It's not going to be directly Clock Tower all the way, but damn it, it's going to do something. And there's a Clock Tower film out there, and that makes me excited. I fucked up earlier when I was doing the whole thing, and I got myself right here, as you can see. And I didn't mean to. And don't ever pierce yourself with scissors, especially big fucking ones. So there's going to be a new fan film Clock Tower film. I'm excited, and if we can have this, then we can possibly have, if I want Hollywood to do a D movie. Maybe independent. You know what? If there was a D movie, that would just put everything into this big, giant circle of, greatness, because things don't deserve to be forgotten, especially Clock Tower and especially D. And MDK's forgotten, and, I think it's fair that things like this get brought back up. And, with the Clock Tower things, I watched the trailer. I've only watched it once. I can't tell you much about it, except for the Professor Barton thing, which made me go, because it just felt so genuine. Practical effects, it looks like. The Scissorman, from, what we saw of him, with little quick shots, looks pretty great. And, I am in high hopes for this, and I hope it does well, and I hope it reaches a bigger audience and connects very well to the Clock Tower community and film fans in general and game fans in general. And I hope that it sparks something within the thing to at least bring back interest for the game and film, or games and films and whatever. So instead of getting a Hollywood Destructo movie that's going to be Clock Tower Ghost Head, which may not ever happen, ever, and thank God, because you can't do it without Scissorman, practical effects, or a good story. So, something like this puts an absolute smile on my face. Independent work is great. I'm a person who loves trauma films. I love combat shock, and things like this just again, make me very happy, and it seems like fans would make much better content than somebody who doesn't know what Clock Tower is, and it's like, I can make something from this, and it's going to be a jump scare thing, a ball's rolling, and Jennifer's a 12-year-old girl now, she's like, and then all of a sudden, doors slowly open, and then she gets scared and then goes to bed. That jump scare movie, that's not good. So, something like this is great. Yeah. It'd just be Nolan just walking down the street one day. He's looking around, and he's reading a book, and all of a sudden he looks across the street, and there's a Scissorman doing this, and he looks, and he's going closer and closer and closer, and then all of a sudden it's just kind of bah, and then he's well, I guess I got to keep walking. That's not it. And This movie in particular, I am off track. But Director Ruth Films, I think you're going to make a pretty damn good Clock Tower movie. You're at least doing it, and that's just fantastic. I hope to see more, and I hope it connects well, and I hope it does well with the audience. Thank you all very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye, ladies and gentlemen.